That's my white noise. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio. That's my white noise on my iPhone.
On your iPhone? Oh, you have an app?
It's for free. I had no idea. People are spending hundreds of dollars for white noise machines in their homes, and if you have an iPhone, it's already on there. So that's called balance noise. That's bright noise.
What? Sounds like...
That's dark noise.
They sound very similar.
Yeah.
The one sounded like a car pulling up, and the other one sounded like bacon frying.
Here's the ocean.
That's the one that sounds like a car going by.
That sounds like a car going by?
To me. Yeah, there you go. See, it just drove by the house. And the dog started barking.
That's rain outside.
That's the one I think sounds like bacon frying.
Okay, so it's bacon and grits.
But it doesn't matter what it is if it helps you sleep.
And then that's a stream.
I was about to say, okay, now that one sounds like a stream.
It does, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Babbling Brook.
So it's free on the iPhone. You access it through settings. You go to accessibility and then audio visual, and you got it.
Listen, my daughter and son-in-law bought this hatch machine for the babies to sleep by. I do think, like you said, Rob, it's over $100 or whatever.
And it's for free on your iPhone.
And they all have iPhones, so, oh my goodness, they could have used that.
It's for free. It's called background sounds on the iPhone. This is a stream. I don't know, if it's making you sleepy, I gotta go potty now.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio.
Pat's along with us at 800-447-7234. Hey there, Pat.
I was laughing when you were talking about the sound, background noise, or to help you sleep. Because I thought, bless their hearts, all these married people where one of the person snores, they don't think of their husband or wife snoring as white noise. They think of it as annoying. And I was laughing.
So true. Yeah.
The way you spin it, right? So you just say, it's not snoring, it's, it's a mountain stream or something. I don't know.
There's nothing more soothing than...
Don't get me started. We're not going down that road.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
On his radio.
Rob and Lizz in the morning on his radio.
So my puppies are priceless to me, but I don't think they have a net worth.
What do you mean?
A
net worth?
A net worth.
Oh, I saw some actors and actresses whose dogs are worth more than 10 people put together.
So on this list, I'm just going to tell you a couple of them. One is the cat that's owned by Taylor Swift. This cat is worth $97 million.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
So I don't know if Taylor has set up a bank account for, whatever.
How's an animal?
The cat influences. And she has a ton of Instagram followers.
Oh, whatever. Okay. So what else?
So the other one is the spokes kitty of a premium cat food called Loves Nala. And the cat is Nala Cat. She is worth $100 million.
Is the cat worth that, or is the owner worth that?
No, they put it in an account for the cat. I don't know if that's a tax thing or
how does it? Never mind.
I don't
get it.
But that cat is the cutest thing. I'm gonna follow this cat because she's so cute.
Oh boy.
And her story, she used to be a shelter cat, so I love her overcomer story. Okay, and then Gunther.
She's got an overcomer story.
She does. A book is coming out, I'm sure. Gunther.
That's a crazy name for a cat.
I know. Hold on. No, that's a dog.
Oh, it's a dog now.
Did I say a cat? Okay. Gunther is a dog. Hold on to your seats. Okay, your steering wheel. $500 million. He's worth
For a dog?
$500 million.
What does it do?
It really does nothing. It does sell houses. It buys and sells houses.
What?
Here's the thing. His owner... his daddy passed away and left him his wealth, his estate. And so people now work for Gunther.
Oh, I feel like I've heard this before.
Maybe.
A couple of years ago this happened.
Right. So they trade real estate in his name. They do investments, part of the Fortune 500, $500 million. When his owner passed away, it was in the 192 million.
Really?
But his net worth has grown.
Okay.
So Gunther is eating filet mignon air night.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
The things you do for your dogs to make them feel special. It's Rob and Liz in the morning, his radio. Like Liz, she pampers all over her two dogs.
I do. I gave Charlie, the older dog, won't do this for the puppy, but I had salmon last night, and I gave Charlie just a little off my fork.
Treated like royalty.
She loved it.
I'm sure.
She came back for more.
As a little tiara. All that
She won't
stuff.
wear that.
And then the different personality types that a dog has.
Oh, I know. We had a Pomeranian that was just a spitfire. Do yours, Rob, have?
We have an
personality?
English lab. We have two dogs, but one English lab that we have has just the calmest nature. It's still a puppy. The sweetest English lab, a black lab. We love him. His name is Ranger. Mm-hmm. And so Amy is wanting to bring him through some kind of certification to bring him to nursing homes.
To be a compassion dog?
Yes.
Oh, I think he would be perfect
He
for
is
that.
the sweetest dog we've ever had. So that's what we're doing. Sonia's here at 800-447-7234. So your dog has a unique behavior. What is it?
Oh my goodness! I have a American Bulldog named Lily. She's about 2 years old. She she makes a sound like I've never heard a dog make before. She makes a sound, and I'm gonna try to make it. It's just like. She sounds like she's chirping like a bird or something. I mean, it is the craziest thing. And she always like rolls on her back, and she's like wagging her tail. She wants you to play with her. It is really funny.
That is very interesting.
Yeah, it's like a sound that I've never heard a dog make before.
And when did the dog start making the sound?
She's only 2. She just turned 2, but she's always done it. I mean, and it's like when she wants to get your attention or something.
Huh.
She like looks at you. She goes.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
On his radio.
So Daryl and Kane, when they were just teenagers, they were at this party. There was a 15-year-old friend with them, and that friend didn't make it past the party. He passed away. Well, these two guys were convicted for it and went to prison for it back in '96. And just recently, because of two ladies that do this podcast, they were innocent.
Yeah, they were released.
They were released from prison. And it's over 20 years later. Was it 25 years? Just about 25 years later. They've been locked up and they were innocent. And now this podcast was able to reveal a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And they're out. It made me think 25 years later. And they're home with their families for Christmas for the very first time.
Can you imagine getting to know your family members almost all over again?
Yeah.
In a different, more intimate way because, that can't happen within the prison walls. And so having that first Christmas, how I can't even imagine the tears, the laughter, the funny memories and stories, and just welcoming them with open arms.
It's just, and how changed everything is.
Right.
From 96 to 2022.
Oh, right.
Right? Because this was a couple of weeks ago. They were released before Christmas. I mean, wow.
And you talk about the best gift at Christmas, a family member coming home, especially in your heart when you've supported them and known that they were innocent of everything, and then have them physically sitting next to you around the dinner table.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
On his radio.
Something as simple as this would cause so much division inside a home. It's Rob and Liz in the morning on his radio.
It's because we're passionate about it.
And it's how you cook your bacon.
Yeah.
And I always thought you just put it in the frying pan and you cook it. Evidently, there are many different ways to cook bacon.
I feel as though Rob has not made bacon in a frying pan.
I have.
Amy does, right?
She does. I try.
You have?
It's extra crispy.
Black?
Yeah.
Burnt? Okay.
Black and burnt. The best way to have them because I burn everything. Toast. Wait till you have some of my toast.
Now listen, I do not put my bacon in a frying pan.
What
Not
do you
normally.
Do? Put it straight on the oven?
No, it's a fight too at my house. Like, why are you not putting it in the frying pan? It's better that way. But it pops everywhere. It pops all over the kitchen. It pops all over me. I get burnt, and so I'm just over it. So I put it on a cooling rack that you would put like cakes on, and I put the bacon on that, on a cookie sheet, like a deep cookie sheet, and I put it in the oven.
Okay,
So-
nice. Okay.
But all the fat drips off, which makes it a little healthier, and it gets super crispy.
Oh, you can make bacon a little healthier?
Well, if you are getting rid of all the fat, yeah.
Okay.
It drips down.
So you bake it in the oven? Mm-hmm. All right.
It's the best.
All right. Ninja, how in the world do you make your bacon?
I put mine in the microwave.
The microwave?
How do you make it?
How does that work?
You wrap it in the paper towel and just put it in there, and it's like super fast. I do it for like 5 minutes, maybe a few minutes extra if it's not cooked all the way.
It's got to be floppy. I like it crispy.
Because it cooks through evenly and it's super quick, and so it
Really?
crisps it up.
I'm going to try that. That's my way of cooking.
I think it's going to be tough. Is it not tough? Because you know how you put bread in the microwave and for 2 seconds too long, and then it's like, I can't.
It gets tough, yeah.
It's awful.
Scott,
Okay,
how in
I'll
the world do
take
you
your
do
word for it.
yours?
We bake it now. And let me tell you quickly why we do it. Because my wife and I, the last few years, go to this marriage retreat conference kind of getaway, and they have a breakfast spread. And the bacon is always delicious, crispy. It doesn't shrivel up. So my wife asked the hotel, how do you get the bacon so well done? And they say, we bake it. It's easier that way, and it comes out so great. So now that's what we do at our house. We put it in the oven and bake it.
I thought they had a class on how to cook bacon to
I was
keep your
thinking, too,
marriage together.
We went to a marriage conference. They taught us how to make bacon in an oven.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
On his radio.
I smell bacon. I just can't get it out of my head. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio. Evidently, there's all these different ways to cook bacon, from like what Ninja said earlier, in the microwave. Jake and I will do it in a frying pan. Liz is like in an oven. Others put it out in the fire pit. I mean,
probably over a campfire.
there's
I didn't think about that.
all these different, and there's passion. I had no idea. There's passion behind this.
Not
It's
just-
like you don't put it in a frying pan. You better put it in the oven.
Yes.
It's like okay.
And not just how you cook it, but how it's cooked, as in what Brandon said.
What did he say?
Brandon Buddy.
He texted. What did he say?
He said bacon should be soft.
Oh, Brandon.
Wait, hold up. He said, I want my bacon rare.
So you don't even cook it.
Well, I think you cook it.
He touches it.
Maybe he just
Just
barely lays
it's
it in
like
there and takes
in there
it out.
3 seconds. Boom. Wow.
I'm sorry.
You know what?
It's all about
Brandon?
preference.
Brandon, dude. Okay, listen. I don't think you've lived until you have a crispy piece of bacon
Right?
in the frying pan.
Kevin said that. Kevin said he said in the oven. Kevin said in
Kevin,
the oven.
dude,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
That
Just
was
like
a
I do.
text?
Yeah, that was a text. Just like me.
Well, Rick is here. 800-447-7234.
I just wanted to tune in on this bacon thing. I cook my bacon in the oven, too.
You do?
And it tastes much better. I do. And it tastes much better in the oven than it does in the frying pan.
How do you do it different than the frying pan? I know the frying pan, you fry it, but...
I put it on as Liz said, on one of those cookie sheet type things, and it drains all the fat down in the bottom, and the bacon comes out, and the bacon kind of melts in your mouth. It's just better. It tastes better, and she's right. It is healthier.
You know, I've been hungry all morning long, and this is not helping me.
Talking about bacon melting in your mouth, we both ended up in a puddle.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
On his radio.
Just got an open mic in. Want to check in with that. Open mic, which is a feature through the My HISRadio app they can download on Google Play or the App Store. So here's the open mic.
I'm chiming in on this bacon thing this morning. I have recently started flouring my bacon. It keeps it from curling up in the pan. It gives it a different texture. It's very crispy, which is how I like my bacon. I haven't tried it in the oven yet that way, but that might be the next time I cook bacon. I'll have to do it in the oven. Y'all have a blessed day.
Oh, well, thank you.
you.
And flouring.
I've never heard of that.
So it's like a breaded bacon.
I would think. I bet she tops it with syrup. I bet so. I'm going to try that. All right. Wendy texted. She just needs crispy. And that's how she texted it. Bacon. I need snap. I don't care how you cook it. It just has to be crispy.
It has to be crispy. I'm with you, Wendy.
Right?
Although, put it in the frying pan.
Right. No. Paul said I cook my bacon in the frying pan.
Good guy.
A little bit of water, and then it stays mostly flat. I'm going to have to try that. But I wonder if it pops as much. Said just wants it crispy, too. So.
Pops? What do you mean pops?
when you're frying up bacon in the frying pan, which is why I don't do it, it pops back at you at one point, and like you'll come in, you've got little burns all over your hands. And stuff.
That's because you're a casualty of bacon?
Yeah.
Wow, I never thought of that.
Every time.
Okay, so here's Amy at 800-447-7234. Amy.
I wanted to weigh in on the bacon cooking debate here. I used to do it in the oven like you did. However, that makes the grease pop all over inside of the oven, which makes it smoke up, and the house gets all smoky. So
I hear you.
while the bacon's good, the house not so much. So now my husband just takes it outside and does it on the Blackstone, which is amazing. So then you don't have any grease, no mess in the kitchen.
On the what?
The Blackstone.
What's a Blackstone?
So it's a black top, like griddle smoker, so outside cooking device.
It would be the best invention, I would say, ever created by mankind.
How do I not know this exists?
Blackstone, it's great. Happy wife, happy life, amazing bacon, no kitchen cleanup.
You're dropping the raps on us this morning.
Yo.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
On his radio.
Shh. Don't disturb. Wally is sleeping. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio.
He is sleeping. He's had a long, long journey. His name actually Thor. Thor
is his name.
Thor is his name,
Okay.
and he's been traveling up the East Coast in England for a good long time. And he's been swimming the whole way.
Trying to get in the Guinness Book of World Records?
Well,
I mean, what's
quite.
that about?
No, not quite. He's just, I guess, going north for the winter. But
What's he guess? Bird?
he's walrus.
A walrus.
He's a walrus.
Okay.
And so he stops every couple of towns and just kind of pulls over to the side, and gets up on shore and takes a little siesta, takes a little rest. And so it just timed out. He ended up on the shores of Scarborough, England on New Year's Eve, or the day before New Year's Eve.
So he's sleeping.
So the town council gets together and they're like, look, I know we were supposed to do these fireworks on New Year's Eve, but we really shouldn't because he needs to rest.
Thor needs to sleep.
Yes, Thor needs to recuperate and get his strength back.
So are you saying, let me see if I'm tracking this right, because a walrus came up on shore where they were going to do their fireworks?
Yes, in a little town.
They canceled them?
They canceled them.
Over a walrus?
Yes, a walrus, because first of all, it's not something that happens all the time. Secondly, the marine researchers that are in that area said he really, it's going to harm him if you guys shoot off, if we do these fireworks.
It will scare him?
It will scare him and harm him possibly. And so, because he needs his rest, if he dives back in the water.
Harm him how?
That's what I'm saying. If he gets back in the water and he continues on his travel and he hasn't fully recuperated from all the swimming that he's been doing, that it could harm him physically. And so they made that recommendation. The townsfolk and, got together and said, okay, we're going to do that. We'll do the fireworks another time.
So that Thor, the walrus, could sleep.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's the best.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
On his radio.
Connie was starting to get these packages delivered to her house. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio. One day it'd be one package. Another day it'd be about 3. Another day it'd be about 7 packages. All this happened every day until all of a sudden she had 100 boxes of stuff she never ordered. And it was all the same thing.
Yeah, it was all the same type of thing. And it was from Amazon. And she just, I guess right before Christmas, you're thinking, well, did I order that? But it just kept happening. She didn't order any of it. None of it.
And on the inside, you open the package, and what was it?
It was a portable heater.
A portable heater. 100 portable heaters.
Now, I think she lives in Southern California, so a portable heater, and especially 100 of them, I don't think Connie needed that. So it wasn't somebody else sending her these packages for Christmas. They think that possibly this company accidentally put in her address.
For every order?
For every order.
Oh, my word.
So when they got their portable heaters and they didn't like them and they wanted to return them, they sent them to Connie.
Oh, congratulations, Connie.
I think, isn't it like, I don't know if it's a law, but a thing where if you receive something in the mail that you didn't order, you actually can keep it. But I don't think she did.
That don't sound right.
I've heard that before, that if you didn't, you didn't order it or whatever, and it just came to you,
I
that
would
you
feel
can.
like I stole it.
I would too.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
On his radio.
There's a new CCO in town. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio for Carnival Cruise Lines.
Yeah, Emeril Lagasse is going to be like their chief culinary officer. And so all the menus, all the items are going to be kind of his creations, or at least his influence.
I'm trying to remember this guy. Is he the one that he had a phrase, right?
Oh, yeah. So he would throw in, let's just say he threw in crawdads into something. He would be like, bam! Or the spice, bam! And it was like,
I remember that guy.
Yeah. So it's a New Orleans kind of a style, kind of a Cajun, more influence.
So this food's going to be amazing.
I think it is going to be amazing.
Carnival Cruise Lines, right?
Yeah. And it's on several of the ships. I want to say it's like 14 or so of the ships. So it's already been on a couple of the ships. Carnival also has teamed up with Guy Fieri. And so they have several different, he's not the what is it? CCO?
CCO.
Yeah. Chief Culinary Officer.
Right.
But Guy also is over some of the menu items on some of the other ships.
He is.
Yeah, so they team up
So
with
are
some
they
of those
teaming
guys.
up, or are they going to have arguments on what's going to be the best culinary experience on these boats?
I think they're going to have different boats. They're going to have different ships. So Guy is on some, Emeril is on some.
So Emeril's in the C-suite, and would he veto Guy's stuff?
I don't know. Well, if he is the chief culinary officer, then probably
he's in charge.
He has that power. He'll say, that recipe, bam!
And then he would look at Guy and say, diners and what is it?
Drive-ins.
Drive-ins?
Yeah.
No, dude, don't bring that on the boat.
When I look at Emeril's, his are more elevated. His recipes are a little more elevated than Guy's.
Okay.
But I think Guy's may be a little more scrumptious. I don't know, a little more indulgent.
He's the common man.
He is the common man. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. So he'll make food we actually like.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
On his radio.
Sometimes you never know what you have until it's years later. It's Rob and Liz in the morning, his radio. Here's some grandparents. And back in 1986, they bought Disneyland tickets, and they never used them.
No.
They stored them away somewhere, but they found them just recently and went, oh, there's no expiration date on these things. They were probably $20 back in the day.
You know, probably back then. But they gave them to their grandkids, and the grandkids cashed them in.
Park hopper passes, too.
I know. And so they were able to use them, which is so cool. Our family has some of those that don't expire.
How many?
Probably 5.
One park or all park?
I want to say it's one park. And quite honestly, I haven't looked at them in a good long time. We're looking at going back maybe 5 or 10 years from now.
And using those things,
and using it because they never expire.
Why so long? Why 5 or 10 years from now?
So because we want to take the new babies, and 3-month-olds don't have a real good time at amusement parks.
That's
and
true.
Neither do 22-month-olds, and so we're going to wait until they get a little older where they can actually enjoy it.
Might remember it.
But yeah, I don't think you can buy those non-expiring tickets anymore.
That's right. There is an expiration on them now,
And
like the end of the year or something like that.
See, I didn't know if it was the end of the year, 5 years, 10 years, or whatever, but I didn't think it was that open-ended thing like we have.
I wonder how much tickets were in 1986.
I think you're well, maybe not 20, but maybe in the
40?
30. Yeah, 30 or so. But
That sounds expensive for 1986.
Right.
I don't know why.
Well, how much are they now? Like 110?
No.
I want to say it's over $100.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
There is a man, been married for a while. He's probably doing a lot of apologizing right now. Let me tell you what he did.
Does he mess up a lot?
Just one time, but it was pretty big. It was a pretty big one. So
doghouse.
Right. He and his wife, Christmas Day, they're going to drive hundreds of miles, visit her family. They get in the car, they're driving down. Middle of the night, because it's a long trip, middle of the night, he decides he needs a potty break, and they're out in the middle of nowhere.
So like no rest area, nothing, huh? Okay.
No gas stations, nothing. So he gets out of the car, he stops the car, gets out, goes, takes care of his little business, and he gets back in the car and takes off.
Okay.
And he drives, and he drives, and he drives, and he drives, and he drives 100 miles.
Okay. What happened? What did he do wrong?
He left his wife on the side of the road.
What?
Back 100 miles back.
But she didn't get out of the car.
Yeah, she did. He didn't know she got out of the car.
How do you not know that somebody gets out of the car?
I don't know. I don't know if he went one way, she went the other way, and he thought she was in the back seat sleeping because she does this. Yeah.
So she was in the back seat when he got out and went potty.
Right. And so she got out to potty. She didn't take her phone with her. So she didn't have any way to communicate with him.
So he's driving thinking she's in the back seat.
Right.
Sawing logs.
I I see.
Oh, my word.
I see him just bopping along like to the radio, just listening, just doing his thing. She called him 20 times. It was on silent, and he never heard the phone.
No way.
And then all of a sudden he's driving.
How
you
is
know
she?
How you remember, like in Home Alone, Kevin.
So wait, how's she calling if she didn't have her phone?
No, somebody stopped, and so she didn't know his number. She called her number
And her cell phone.
Her cell phone, yes, yes. And
so he couldn't hear the.
no. So finally, 100 miles, he realizes,
That poor guy.
I forgot. Goes back and gets her. We don't know the rest of the story.
I don't know if I want to know the rest of the story.
I don't think so.